Scaffolding is a temporary structure that is used to support workers and materials during the construction, repair, or maintenance of a building or other structure. It is typically made of metal or wooden poles, cross braces, and decking, and is used to provide access to work areas that are otherwise difficult to reach. Scaffolding is commonly used for tasks such as painting, plastering, and cleaning the exterior of a building. There are several types of scaffolding, including supported scaffolding, which is supported by brackets attached to the building or structure, suspended scaffolding, which is supported by ropes or cables and is used to work on the sides or upper levels of a building, and mobile scaffolding, which is mounted on wheels and can be moved to different locations as needed. Scaffolding is an important tool for many construction and maintenance projects, but it also presents potential hazards. Workers who use scaffolding must be trained to safely assemble, disassemble, and use it, and employers must ensure that scaffolding is properly inspected and maintained. Scaffolding must also be secured to prevent it from collapsing or tipping over. You are watching Safety First Life. If you are watching for the first time, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon for all future notifications. And if you find the video informative, then like, comment, and share it with your friends and fellows. And today we are discussing about scaffolding safety. In this training session, we'll cover what is scaffolding, how many types of scaffolding, what are the different classes of scaffolding, what are the major scaffolding hazards. As a scaffolding supervisor or in charge, what is your role and responsibility to keep the workers safe and keep the site productive? If you are a safety practitioner, then how you will inspect a scaffolding structure? What is the importance of tagging, or what are scaff tags? How many types of tags used in scaffolding? When you are going to select a scaffold, what are the key factors to consider? And lastly, what are the control measures? How you can prevent collapsing of a scaffolding structure? How you can avoid falls from scaffolding structure? This all will be in this training session. So stick around till the end. Let's dive. Dear friends and fellows, there are several types of scaffolding that can be used in construction and maintenance projects. I'll highlight in this training session the 10 most common types of scaffolding used in different industries. Number one, single scaffolding. This is a basic type of scaffolding that consists of a single row of standards, vertical poles with ledgers, horizontal poles. Simply, standards, vertical poles, and ledgers, horizontal poles, and transoms, diagonal poles to support the platform. You must understand what is standard, what is ledger, and what is transoms. It is used for simple tasks such as painting or plastering. This is single type scaffolding. Number two, double scaffolding. This is similar to single scaffolding, but it has two rows of standards instead of one. It is used for tasks that require more support and stability, such as bricklaying. Number three, cantilevered scaffolding. This type of scaffolding is supported by brackets attached to the building or structure, and it extends out from the building to provide access to the sides or upper levels. Number 4, suspended scaffolding. This type of scaffolding is supported by ropes or cables and is used to work on the sides or upper levels of a building. It is typically used for tasks such as window cleaning or building maintenance. You are watching Safety First Life, and today we are discussing about scaffolding safety. Right now, we are knowing about the types of scaffolding. Scaffolding type number 5, tower scaffolding. This type of scaffolding consists of a series of modular units that can be stacked on top of each other to form a freestanding scaffold. It is used for tasks that require access to the sides and upper levels of a building. Number 6, mobile scaffolding. This type of scaffolding is mounted on wheels and can be moved to different locations as needed. It is typically used for tasks that require access to multiple locations within a building or structure. By its name, it's clear it can be movable. Number 7, tube and fitting scaffolding. This type of scaffolding is made up of metal tubes and fittings that can be assembled to form a variety of configurations. It is commonly used for commercial and industrial projects. Number 8, shoring scaffolding. This type of scaffolding is used to support the weight of a building or structure during construction, repair, or demolition. It is typically made of heavy duty materials such as steel beams or panels. Number 9, system scaffolding. This type of scaffolding is made up of prefabricated modular units that can be easily assembled and disassembled. It is commonly used for commercial and residential construction projects. And number 10, specialized scaffolding. This includes scaffolding that is designed for specific tasks or types of buildings, such as roof scaffolding for work on roofs or bridge scaffolding for work on bridges. Dear friends and fellows, you are going through scaffolding safety training. If you know about 10 types of scaffolding, it means you can act as a scaffolding in charge, scaffolding supervisor, and you must know the scaffolding specifications, scaffolding types, the purpose of specific scaffolding. But remember, you will always follow the manufacturer instructions, guidelines, and recommendations whenever you are going to erect, disassemble, or altering a scaffolding. Let us discuss now the names of scaffolding components. What are the functions of these components? Because if you know about the components, it means you can ask somebody, you can handle easily your working team that what to do, how to do, and if you are not aware, if you are an inspector, if you are a safety practitioner, and you want to write something that you have been identified on site, how you can write down. If you know the name, you can exactly indicate the problem, where it is, and what it is. But if you are not aware of the scaffolding terms, it is difficult for you to motivate and communicate well to your senior management about the lapses or the gaps in the scaffolding structure that may lead to a potential workplace accident. There are many components that can be used to erect scaffolding. I'll discuss the top 18 commonly used scaffolding components. Number 1, standards, vertical poles that support the scaffolding. Number 2, ledgers, horizontal poles that connect the standards and provide support for the platform. Number 3, transoms, diagonal poles that connect the standards and ledgers and provide additional support for the platform. So, standards, ledgers, and transoms, they are interconnected. Number four, diagonal braces. Braces that run diagonally across the scaffold to provide stability, to avoid collapsing of scaffolding structure. Number five, footlocks, horizontal tubes that are used to support the platform and are attached to the building or structure. Number six, base plates, metal plates that are placed under the standards to distribute the load and prevent the scaffold from sinking into soft ground. Without base plates, scaffolding is never safe. You are watching Safety First, and now we are discussing about the components of a scaffolding structure. Number seven, sole plates, metal plates that are placed under the ledgers to provide additional support. Number eight, guardrails, rails that are placed around the perimeter of the platform to prevent falls. Number nine, toe boards, boards that are placed along the edges of the platform to prevent objects from falling off. Dear friends and fellows, what is the height? What is the width? What are the specifications? If you are interested to know about toe boards, guardrails, you can mention in the comment section. I'll make a separate video for you. Number 10, ladder access. Ladders are other means of access to the platform. Number 11, stair towers, staircases that provide access to the platform. Number 12, ladders, ladders that are used to access the platform. Number 13, handrails, rails that are placed along the sides of the ladder for safety. Number 14, access hatch, an opening in the platform that provides access to the building or structure. Number 15, anchor bolts, bolts that are used to secure the scaffold to the building or structure. Number 16, base jacks, adjustable jacks that are used to level the scaffold. Number 17, adjustable base plates, metal plates that can be adjusted to level the scaffold on uneven ground. And lastly, screw jacks. A screw jack is also sometimes called leveling jack or screw leg. They are designed to provide a level base for your scaffolding platform. The bottom of the jacks have a 4-inch fixed base plate to serve as a foot. This base plate is designed to be attached to a wood mudsill via nails or screws. So these are the important components of a scaffolding structure, how it works and why it used for. Now you are well clear all about. Let us discuss now the basic safety requirements for erecting, altering, or dismantling a scaffolding structure. There are several basic requirements that must be met when erecting, altering, or dismantling a scaffolding structure. I'll explain you with 10 suitable, relevant site examples. Number 1, safety plan. A plan should be in place outlining the steps that will be taken to ensure the safety of workers during the scaffold erection, alteration, or dismantling process. Point number 2, training. Workers who will be involved in the scaffold erection, alteration, or dismantling process should be trained in the proper procedures and techniques. You cannot take casual workers from site and give them the task to erect a scaffold. That scaffold will not stand. Number 3, A risk assessment. A risk assessment should be conducted to identify any potential hazards associated with the scaffold erection, alteration, or dismantling process. Important point: scaffolding is a critical, high risk activity and it must need a proper, suitable, and sufficient risk assessment. Point number four: supervision. Qualified supervision should be provided to ensure that the scaffold is erected, altered, or dismantled in a safe manner. Number five: erection plan. A plan should be in place outlining the steps that will taken to erect the scaffold, including the materials and equipment that will be used. Point number six: inspection. The scaffold should be inspected before use to ensure that it is safe and in good working condition. Point number seven: safe access. Safe access to the scaffold should be provided, such as through the use of ladders, stair towers, or other means of access. Number eight: personal protective equipment PPE. Workers should be provided with appropriate personal protective equipment, such as hard hats, gloves, and fall protection gear. Number nine: load capacity. The scaffold should be able to support the anticipated loads, including the weight of workers, materials, and equipment. And point number 10: maintenance. The scaffold should be regularly maintained to ensure that it remains in good condition. It is safe. This may include inspecting the scaffold for damage and repairing or replacing any damaged components of a scaffolding structure. These are the basic safety requirements, 10 points. You need to memorize it. You need to make a checklist. And once you are on site, whatever your position is, foreman, supervisor, safety practitioner, or a site engineer, you need to check. You need to follow the basic safety requirements if you like to avoid, if you like to prevent scaffold collapse, incidents, or accidents on your project site. You are watching Safety First Life, and today we are discussing about scaffolding safety, a comprehensive, complete video. Let us discuss now how many types of scaff tags. Dear friends and fellows, there are four common types of scaff tags used in the business. Let us discuss one by one. Number one, green tag. A green tag indicates that the scaffold has been inspected and is safe to use. No problem at all. Do your task with additional safety requirements. Number two, red tag. A red tag indicates that the scaffold is unsafe and must not be used until the issue has been addressed and the scaffold has been re-inspected and issued a green tag. Red tagged scaffold shall not be used in any case. Number three, yellow tag. A yellow tag indicates that the scaffold is undergoing repairs or alterations and must not be used until the work is complete and the scaffold has been re-inspected and issued a green tag. And number four, white tag. Most of the people, they don't know about white tag, but they are aware of green tag, red tag, and yellow tag. What is the function or the purpose of a white tag? A white tag is used to provide additional information about the scaffold, such as its load capacity or the specific tasks that it is intended for. If someone asks during the interview or in the examinations that how many types of scuff tags, now you are able to understand and respond clearly the types of scuff tags. Do you know what is the purpose of scuff tags? The purpose of different scaffolding tags is to provide workers with information about the condition and use of the scaffold and to ensure that the scaffold is only used when it is safe to do so. By using scuff tags, employers can help to prevent accidents, incidents, and injuries related to scaffold use. Dear friends and fellows, let us discuss now the classifications of scaffolding. Usually, there are light duty, medium duty, and heavy duty are classifications used to describe the load bearing capacity of scaffolding. These classifications are based on the amount of weight that the scaffold is designed to support. Light duty scaffold are designed to support a maximum load of 25 pounds per square foot. They are typically used for tasks such as painting or plastering and are not suitable for use by workers or for storing materials. Let us understand now medium duty scaffold. Medium duty scaffolds are designed to support a maximum load of 50 pounds per square foot. They are typically used for tasks such as bricklaying and light construction and may be used by workers and for storing materials. Heavy duty scaffolds are designed to support a maximum load of 100 pounds per square foot or more. They are typically used for tasks such as heavy construction and may be used by workers and for storing materials. Light duty load bearing capacity 25 pound per square foot. Medium duty load bearing capacity 50 pounds per square foot. And heavy duty scaffold. The maximum load capacity 100 pounds per square feet or more. This is the difference between heavy duty, medium duty, and light duty. And if someone asks you about the classifications of the scaffolding, you can respond with the same answer. Remember, it is important to use the appropriate type of scaffold for the task at hand, as using a scaffold that is not suitable for the load being placed on. It can lead to collapse or failure, which can result in serious injuries or fatalities. What it means, you will not use light duty scaffold to complete the task which are required for heavy duty scaffold. You are watching Safety First Life, and today we are discussing about scaffolding safety. Let us discuss now major scaffolding hazards. There are many potential hazards associated with scaffolding that can cause incidents or accidents on construction sites. I'll discuss here 12 most common scaffolding hazards with detail. Number 1, unstable base. If the scaffold is not properly supported on a stable, level ground, it may be unstable and prone to collapse. This can be caused by using inadequate base plates or by placing the scaffold on uneven or soft ground. By the way, most of the accidents, scaffolding collapse incidents occur because of unstable base. Number 2, overloading. If the scaffold is overloaded with workers, materials, or equipment, it may be at risk of collapse. This can be caused by exceeding the scaffold's maximum load capacity or by storing materials or equipment incorrectly on the scaffold. And mostly, overloading is also a single cause for scaffold collapse, scaffold failure. Number 3, incorrect assembling. If the scaffold is not assembled correctly, it may be unstable and prone to collapse. This can be caused by using incorrect or damaged components or by assembling the scaffold in the wrong configuration. Who can do it? If you will take some labors from the site and you will replace them, use them as a scaffolder, there are the chances of incorrect assembling, and this might lead to a potential workplace accident, scaffold collapse, scaffold failure. Number four, missing or damaged components. If components of the scaffold are missing or damaged, it may be unstable and prone to collapse. This can be caused by wear and tear, improper use, or a failure to properly maintain the scaffold. We are discussing about the major scaffolding hazards that may lead to a potential scaffold incident on site. Number five, incorrect use. If the scaffold is used for tasks or in a manner that it is not designed for, it may be unstable and prone to collapse. This can be caused by using the scaffold for activities that it is not intended for, such as storing heavy materials or using it as a hoist. Hazard number six, lack of fall protection. If workers on the scaffold are not adequately protected from falls, they may be at risk of falling from the scaffold. This can be caused by a lack of guardrails or other fall protection measures. Number seven, poor access. Dear friends and fellows, if workers don't have safe and easy access to the scaffold, they may be at risk of falling or being injured while trying to access the scaffold. This can be caused by a lack of ladders or other means of access, or by an inadequate number of access points. Number eight, incorrect storage of materials. If materials are stored incorrectly on the scaffold, they may fall and cause injury to workers below. This can be caused by storing materials in a way that makes them unstable, or by placing materials on the scaffold in a way that obstructs the working area. So, incorrect storage of material also cause a scaffold collapse. Number nine, poor lighting. If the scaffold is not adequately lit, workers may have difficulty seeing and may be at risk of falling or being injured. Number 10, incorrect use of personal protective equipment. If workers are not wearing the appropriate personal protective equipment, they may be at risk of injury, fall. Number 11, incorrect use of tools and equipment. If workers are using tools or equipment improperly, they may be at risk of injury. And number 12, incorrect use of ladders. If ladders are not used correctly, workers may be at risk of falling. If you like to avoid falls, if you like to avoid scaffolding collapse, if you like to avoid scaffolding incidents, you need to identify these major 12 important points, important hazards when you are on site and you are inspecting the scaffold. You need to consider all these points, because if you will do right at time, you can save lives and you can protect your workplace from a major workplace incident. Dear friends and fellows, let us discuss now the factors to consider while selecting a scaffold. Very important point, because if you will make mistake here, you cannot correct it later on. But you have to meet, you have to face the ultimate adverse consequences. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Wish to see you soon with a new HSC tutorial. Until then, take care, good luck, and goodbye.